Hello world! This week our adventures have taken me and Ren to New Orleans in Louisiana. We were staying at a place called the India House Backpackers, and yes, it was a hostel. So yes, only about 4 out of 30 toilets work, and yes, there was only hot water about 20% of the time, and I'm relatively sure our mattress was a sack of potatoes, but they did do a $5 breakfast and $5 dinner every day, and they had a house cat called Taj. Taj was definitely the highlight of staying in that hostel. He was my boy. He's so cute. Love you, Taj. So I would recommend it to other travellers who are on a budget. It was close to public transport and close to a lot of cool things to do. And boy, were there a lot of cool things to do. There's not many towns that would put their cemeteries into tourist brochures, but New Orleans is one of them. And for good reason. New Orleans is rich with voodoo history, and so much of it can be found within the cemeteries. It's a pretty creepy tour, even during the day, and definitely on my top list. If you're ever in New Orleans and looking for some creepy culture, I definitely recommend checking it out. But please be respectful. They do have grave robbers and vandals in the town, and they do keep an eye out for that sort of thing. Something else that's worth the go is checking out Café du Monde in the French Quarter. They make a really good local specialty pastry called beignets. Basically just fried pastry covered in sugar. Everything that is good in the world. The lines for Café du Monde are crazy, and the place is always packed, so the line for dine-in is even longer than the line for takeout. We opted for takeout, and we stood in the line, and it was worth it. How are they?
Good.
Another thing to do while you're in New Orleans is check out some of the local jazz, even if it's not your scene. Jazz and blues is some of the staple music here in New Orleans, and the local musicians do such a great job of it. It's definitely not hard to come by. You can barely walk 2 feet in the main part of town without finding some club that does live music, and it's great. A hidden gem that we stumbled across by accident is a place called Algiers Point. It's a short ferry ride away from Canal Street, which offers great views of the skyline from the ferry itself. It's a lovely little spot with nice views, nice pubs and restaurants, and away from the crowds. I definitely think it's worth a go. And of course, no trip to New Orleans would be complete without a visit to Bourbon Street. The place is a non-stop party. It's legal to have open alcoholic drinks on the street. That was pretty cool, hey? So talkative. But beware of muggers and people who will tell you a joke and then demand $20. Because it happens. To be honest, I don't even remember 100% of the stuff that took place that night. Bourbon Street! Have you ever been to Bourbon Street? It's worth the visit. Oh. Bourbon Street. Why you do this? Hangovers be damned. I'd do it all over again. So New Orleans is definitely a cool place to visit. If you're thinking about it, my advice is just get out there and do it. Stay tuned, next week we head to Chicago, where the average temperature is about -2 degrees Celsius at the moment, which is about 28 to 30 Fahrenheit. Feel free to chuck us a follow on Instagram or Twitter, and if you like these videos, please share, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. See you next time. Happy travels!